Pressing record and welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day, good whatever time it is. Thank you for making some time to come. I will be walking you guys through some player, some character creation, the universe, and some other things that we've done as an update. Again, just a reminder, because a couple people have come in. This will be recorded, but it's only recording my screen and my voice. So with that said, let's get into it. The first thing you'll do is obviously create a character. We want to make a character creation flow that was a little more rich than just simply selecting a picture that was, a binary boy or girl, or, big shell, small shell. So first you'll be prompted to look and choose your race. Currently we have 4 races, as you can see. I'm going to just start with the Kodai, but you can see we've, created some good lore for them. The detail, their morphology, their philosophies, their science, their technologies, etc. So we'll go into this. We, generate a couple presets for you, but then you can customize this really, really richly so that everyone will have a character that is largely unique to them. I'll just name this guy Garlic, because it's a great name, and I'm not loving my green eyes, so let's change that real quick just to blue. But otherwise, and we'll add a collar. I can't see it with the hood on, that's right. And we'll go from there. So character created, some base skills, but let's go to navigation. So we'll start here. Let me just upgrade a couple things. So start here. You can see we have largely redone a lot of the interface and a lot of the actual space. So just taking it from left to right, obviously navigation, trade, character, the larger ticket tabs are here. And this chunk will show you what is actually here on the tile in space where you are sitting. That'll be the planet, that'll be the location. You can see this is the name of the planet, Cordarin, and also the Hodorix quadrant. A couple regions of space have unique names just to bring a more adventurous but also rich feel. You'll see that a lot in sci-fi films or series where they have, they'll name different regions of space that are dangerous or abundant, stuff like that. So we wanted to bring that. Then you'll see obviously our navigation grid with coordinate grids along the sides, different tile types, and pathfinding will be highlighted as such. You can see in real time some people flying around, boom, right there, which is a good opportunity to highlight the surveyor. So you'll see as I mouse over a certain tile, it will tell you what's there on the right side. So it's a space tile with a medical laboratory, and it looks like it's actually not detecting there's another ship there. But it'll just give you information, like if there were an NPC there, you'd be able to see that as well. And then of course we have stats about you and stats about your ship in the top right. So we can see all that from just the planet. Aha! There it is. So now you can see we have a Corvette Kodai 2. So both of these ships that you see are the starting ship options for the Kodai. They are fancy looking, round, kind of aquatic, kind of futuristic looking. As you marvel at these flying orbs, let's just take a quick tour through space and talk about some things. So you'll see down here on the bottom, this is our impassable aether. This is kind of how we're defining impassable regions. Here's an NPC, a deep space glider. And then up here we have an emission nebula. We really wanted to bring a lot of vibrant and immersive features to each sector into this universe that were obviously vibrant but still played a mechanical role in the game. So you can see that the surveyor will tell you your chronocycle cost to navigate through places. So let's say if I want to get to this other side of this asteroid belt, right there, surveyor says it's more efficient and will route you this way instead of straight through, just because passing through nebula and asteroid belts is very difficult, takes a lot of time. So our pathfinding algorithm is pretty robust and really great. Continuing on, we'll come to the starbase and demo a few things. You can see here again a couple more NPCs, a couple different asteroid types, as you might see. We wanted asteroids to be a fairly large part of the game, and just in terms of resource generation. So if I mouse over this asteroid belt, you can see the name of the asteroid belt is Q's tail, and you can see the mineral composition of that asteroid. So this one has a 30% chemicals, 65% gas, and 5% ore breakdown. So this is a largely chemical-based asteroid, comet belt, whatever you want to call it. And if I harvest, my cargo hold will, fill roughly according to those ratios, as you see on the right-hand side here. If I wanted to get more pure ore, I would come to a more pure ore asteroid. As simple as that. So different asteroids will have different chemical or different compositions, which you'll be able to see if you have the right equipment to see it. A lot of functionality will be gated behind equipment. And I'll continue to show some more of that later. But we'll come here. Zach Quicksilver saying, "Hail, Zach Quicksilver." And let's say I want to just sell the goods that I've acquired to this starbase. We'll open the trade window. It's a very lightweight trade window. It doesn't need to be anything too heavy, at least at this point. Where you can see, hey, here's what the starbase will buy, and here's what the starbase will sell. I don't have fruit baskets, but I do have this and that, so we'll just max those and sell them. I get my money, everyone's happy. Hooray. Wonderful. Let's continue to a star. Oh, that's a pirate. Be very careful about that one. So I want you to notice here now, as we approach the star, we have kind of some new data up here. We'll be talking about solar power. So again, with the right equipment, you'll be able to harvest energy, charging batteries. This serves two purposes. Primarily, powers your ship. So we're doing away with a hydrogen fuel or some other just gaseous substance that exists everywhere. You're going to have to get your energy from a star. And not every sector will have a star. So just think about that one. And then energy, solar energy, of course, will be used for building and construction and commodities. It will be, as in real life, a foundational building block. But you can see that the solar power changes depending on my proximity to the core of the star. So this close, I would gain 15 energy per harvest. And this far out, only 12. Closer to this other star. So the value depends based on how far away you are. Here we see a couple solar collectors that I can trade with. So solar collectors being a base foundational building, I'm only going to be able to buy from them. I can't sell anything to them right now, but I would buy my energy here if I needed. If I'd say I didn't have a solar collector on my ship, but I needed something, I would be able to just buy some energy cells here and continue on my way. So let's actually harvest a little more energy and see if we can't find a planet to sell this to. A pretty glider over there. And what do you know? So, a planet. We've landed on Savara. Let's go ahead and sell this energy. And since this looks like a big planet, let's see what they have in their shipyard. So it looks like in their shipyard they've got a couple ships belonging to the VERZ. So let's buy one for more of a trade ship. This one looks like a good cargo hold, good cargo hauler. So in a shipyard, and then in your ships tab, you can see information about all the ships you own. We are giving the opportunity to, as a pilot, own, maintain, and fly different ships. Largely because different ships suit different purposes. There's not really one ship that can do it all, or there shouldn't be. Rather, so we're giving you the option to have multiple ones for different needs. Sometimes you'll need to just carry a lot of cargo, sometimes you'll need to explore, sometimes you'll need to fight. And at the shipyard, or rather in the ship's menu at a planet, you'll be able to switch between ships. So I can switch to this ship, and now I am flying this ship. Your equipment does not transfer across ships, but you can transfer cargo if you need to do so for whatever reason. I will flip back to my other ship because it's got all the cool stuff. Fantastic. If I needed to, let's show buildings. Building works in a very modular sense, and so by that I mean you'll create a platform. That's your initial construction. That's the initial scaffold, and upon that, the functionality of that building will be determined by whatever modules, whatever upgrades, and however large you make it. So you have a lot of different options depending on how much you're willing to invest, how much abundance of resources there is, what the economy is going to look like. But let's just look at one of those modules. So here, would be where you have production modules, solar panel module, like we already saw, a couple other modules for basic commodities as well. And there will ultimately be a lot of different categories of modules so that you can kind of mix and match or fully invest into one type, whatever it works. And we'll also have upgrades that allow you to enhance or increase the bonus or mitigate the cost of certain things depending on, again, what you need. But it gives you a lot of flexibility. It gives you a lot of modularity within your building, which we think will be really interesting and being a lot more nuance into economy planning and into just robust exploration and trading. So there's my platform. Say hello to it. Okay, we'll continue on. I just want to show a couple more cool corners of the space. Again, another different type of asteroid. This one is largely ore, but it does have some chemical composition to it. This one looks like an ice. So hey, we've got equal parts of chemicals, a little bit of old rock in there, but largely not. We'll just continue on. Wormholes at this very moment, we do not have additional sectors. The ultimate intent will be to have these sectors that are large, expansive, able to host a lot, and not necessarily a plethora of just tiny little sectors to jump between, and it just kind of makes busy work for everyone to go between all these places. We feel that kind of introduces some unnecessary friction, so we won't be going that direction. Oh, there's another. That's a Mirage. Some Mirage ships here. Very insect, very aggressive looking. That about covers everything from navigation to trade to ships, buildings, different functionalities. View cargo. Well, that's true. I no longer need to carry all this stuff. There we go. Cargo defenestrated. And if anyone is big into Catholic versus Protestant lore, defenestration is very funny. That's that. If anyone has any questions, any comments, we can take those at this time. I know some of you might not have microphones, so you're welcome to put those questions in chat. We also have a feedback form that's been shared on the Dev Announcements channel. That's Google. You can just use that at your leisure. You're also welcome to just bring up ideas in chat as well. But that's going to be the formal end of what we have to show you. I really appreciate you guys making the time. Fantastic. I guess no one's got any questions or comments, so we will save this video and it will be shared. We'll figure out the best way to share it, but we'll make sure everyone gets their hands on that link so you can reference it. We appreciate, if you have any friends who are into games, tell them about us, send them this way. We'd love to get as many eyes on this as we can, so spread the word. Really appreciate you guys. Otherwise, have a good night or rest of your day. And be safe, okay? Cheers, everyone.